Happy 4th of July! And that was the 4th of July celebrations in a small town called Afton in Minnesota. A great day of celebration and community spirit. It's been about 3 weeks since we crossed Lake Michigan on the SS Badger, and we've crossed Wisconsin and Minnesota to end up here in Fargo on the eastern edge of North Dakota. The rolling hills of Wisconsin were challenging as we cycled through Amish country, but we did bump into a few interesting characters, including Tom, who had this rather innovative looking bike. A few days ago, Pauline celebrated being away on her world cycle for 1 year. And the day after in Stillwater, we met Brian Dellis, a producer-director from a TV programme called Life to the Max. And he and his crew filmed a segment for a show that'll air in October. And the same day, CBS News caught up with us and shot a little sequence for our 11 o'clock news.
Finally tonight, there is nothing like a nice long bike ride, but a 4,000-mile bike ride? Yep, Graham Kitchener is a filmmaker from Scotland. He is riding from Niagara Falls to Seattle with a friend. It's all to make a movie they're calling Sleepless till Seattle. Get it? We caught up with them in Stillwater. They are spending the night at a nearby campground in the area. Tomorrow, they're going to be back on the bike path. The filmmakers plan on visiting the world's largest ball of twine that is in Darwin, Minnesota. A must-see.
Camping options have varied enormously, and on some occasions we've not had to use tents at all. At a small farm halfway across Minnesota, Don Olson had converted one of his barns into a bunkhouse for use for free by adventure cyclists. And it even included Wi-Fi.
In 2005, two bicyclists came up the highway when it was being redone, pushing their bicycles. So I invited them in for something to drink and got to talking and with them, and I found out there was a trail here, and they said it was kind of hard to find a place to camp. I'm a bicycle-friendly farmer, and that anybody could camp here in my yard anytime they wanted, whether I'm home or not. And then as time went on, different bicyclists started coming, found out what they wanted, and they'd like to have cover over their heads a little bit. So I got the idea that I wasn't using a barn and this make ideal cover, so I started tweaking it up a little bit to what it is today.
The weather has varied enormously, and we get beautiful days with tailwinds. On occasion we get thunderstorms, and on one such occasion John Zins, the owner of the Rum Shack, kindly let us use one of his buildings to shelter out of a particularly violent thunderstorm. One name which has been in my mind since the very beginning is the Mississippi River, and the other day there we reached its banks. This seemingly small river just behind me is in fact the mighty Mississippi, and I'm just over 100 miles south of its source up in Lake Itasca. Mississippi is the largest river in North America, but it's contained entirely within the United States as it meanders south for about 2,300 miles before it pours into the Gulf of Mexico. The Mississippi watershed drains all or part of the 31 states between the Rocky Mountains in the west and the Appalachians in the east. It may not look that impressive right now, but out of the world's great rivers, the Mississippi ranks as the 4th longest and the 10th largest in the world.
M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I.
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 Yay!
The last 150 miles have been along great paved cycle paths and have brought us most of the way here to Fargo. The town itself has always made me think of the frontier, the Wild West, and the buildings here are mostly from a bygone era, to be honest, especially its Art Deco cinema, which we both thought was absolutely fantastic. We now have a few days rest here before we continue across our 8th state. Fargo is our halfway point, so we've just a little over 2,000 miles to go, and still not a bear in sight. So far.